Okay, we are beginning. It's going to be Mr. with Zeus, Amico with Uranus, Berserker with Set, and Redo playing Uranus. Alright, spawning in the right hand corner of the map, and I need to turn some game volume up or something. Whoa, whoa. I can't even do it. It's been a pause at the start of the game already. Remake my gold mine. Oh. It's two gold mine. How is his? Where's his other gold mine? Okay. All right, we're gonna keep playing. I think I could be wrong. Yeah. Okay. So we got in the left hand side of the map in the blue color playing Zeus is the Mister. His partner is Berserker playing Set in the green color. On the other side of the map in teal color playing Uranus is Redo and his partner being Army Core. So we have two Uranuses versus a Zeus and a Set. So the mirror team play is going to come into effect, which means that they're going to have really super high mobility. That's the Uranus players because of the special what do you call it? The special god ability, which is all of your units have a speeded up sort of speed. Mobility is really important in team games because it allows you to move around the map effectively, raid, and coordinate as a team in a much more efficient manner than, say, with a god like Hades, who has very slow units. On the other hand, the Zeus player and the Set player, they work really well together in terms of like shifting sands play, in terms of vision. Well, I think Set didn't already use vision, so they can use that in a team way. Zeus has the ability to use centaurs to easily move around the map to help out the Set player. Set, when he gets to the heroic age, has incredibly fast units with the chariot archers, and it looks like Rita is going to be losing one of the oracles to the town center. Not the best player there. Generally, you want to keep those alive to scout out as much as you can. Unlucky for that one. Looks like Army Corps has gotten Hunting Dog, so we're not going to see any crimes for him. Redo building his house. He's actually going incredibly quickly. He does not have any economic guild, doesn't have Hunting Dog, so he's probably looking at a 4-minute uptime ish, maybe 3:30, sort of like the old Kronos Rush style, except with Uranus. Berserker has Hunting Dogs going for himself, so he's not preparing for an incredibly quick advance time, but he could potentially go devastatingly quick because he wants to get that super early shifting sands onto one of the Uranus plays. It's extremely effective if you can pick off the 2 villages with it, because I believe that's how many you can capture with one shifting sands. So Mister, on the other hand, is going to be chucking up his temple. He also wants to go up to the classical age very quickly because the Uranus early game is so strong, and if you're not adept at dealing with that, it's very difficult for you to deal with that advancing later. So if he goes up quickly, gets that centaurs really early, and then he can deal with the Promethean that comes really quickly, especially if Army Corps decides to leap that into the 2 Promethean offspring. The special ability from the centaurs can be able to deal with that very effectively. We do see the Army Corps and a Redo is scouting out the map extremely well. You can see almost the entire map has been scouted by both players combined, but obviously the entire map hasn't been scouted out for both players, so we're just seeing what's going on there. Goat's getting grabbed up by everyone, and they're really important for an economical standpoint, because as we see Army Corps getting his temple, because it allows you to delay the transition to farming from hunting. So obviously you want to hunt first, berries and chicken. There's no chicken on this map, but berries second after you finished all your hunt, and then goat, and then after you goat you start farming. And goat are actually an incredibly quick source of food compared to farming. So if you get the most goat, you can have the better food income than people who don't. So that's why scouting is so key early game. I mean, it's still really important. As we see that incredible fast command time through Hermes there. Berserker not going up yet, and we do see the Promethean is also extremely fast. So that 4-minute uptime for Redo. Redo still doesn't have an economic guild, so he's not going to be thinking about those economic upgrades for quite some time. Two counter barracks going down right away for Redo, deleting his Promethean offspring, running them straight in. Redo is going to be producing Termite out of those counter barracks. We see the Army Core 65% to the Classical Age, and Mr. also in the Classical Age right now. We do see him chucking up that really fast Sylvan Law, which allows his Centaur to move extremely quickly and have the faster. I believe it's more hit points. Yeah, more hit points, and we do see Batar going up right now. I'm lagging. I don't actually know what to do about it. I really thought that this wouldn't lag. I don't know what I'm gonna put the stream down. I'm gonna turn down the upload rate, so the quality might drop, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'll turn it down. I'll quickly. And we're back, I believe. Please nudge me again in Skype, Blackadder, if it's not fixed. Hopefully it is. We'll see what happens there. I really apologize for that. I tested this the other day and it was working really well. So the internet here is a little bit dodgy, it appears. So what happened? Nothing's really happened yet. All players are sort of just massing army running around, and Mister's trying to pick off villagers and just raid a little bit with his units. So do see a little bit of ping there. The Centaur just sitting there by himself. Mister's gonna get probably doubled at the moment because it's easier to hit Mister than it is to hit Berserker because the set has the free watchtowers and all that other good junk. It looks like the villagers are now getting picked off here. We do see that Mister's actually probably going to lose this villager here. Oh, the shifting sands. Where did he shift those to? Oh, right, into Berserker's base. That's so troll. That's actually really good, but also not, because you're not going to pick anything off. And also, Mister still lost one of his villages. You do see a wall going up over here. It's really nice just to wall off key areas. Walling here means that Army Corps is going to struggle to have mobility around Mister's base, and also because of this wall here, there's no way into this back location here where Mister is actually gathering wood. So Mister's resource location is incredibly good, and you can see that the building placement here, if he chucks another stable right here or an armory or something, that's going to completely wall that off. It's going to prevent any raids coming in as well. You see Army Corps and Redo moving around here. It looks like they're going to try and hit the gold mine, and Mister still hasn't finished these barriers, so he actually needs to do that at some stage in order to access his other small gold mine. And we do see the upgrades for Army Corps at Hunting Dogs and Husbandry are just... Is it unwatchable? Better not perfect. I have no idea. I have no idea how to fix it. Like, it seems to be running somewhat well, but I don't know. We just see the raids coming in over here as well, so that's pretty good, I suppose. Valor does get used for Army Corps. He's able to pick off some of those animals a little bit quicker. He's actually just going to retreat out of here at the moment. The stream's fine now, or should I lower it? Help me out, guys. Stream is fine, okay. Beautiful. Back to the action. Okay, so it looks like Mister's in a bit of pain, but he's actually really dealing with this pressure. It's 2v1. Berserker's trying to help out with some of these classical units, which does pose a problem because they don't have an incredible mobility, as I was talking about at the beginning of the game with Uranus really having that that ability to move around the map and deal with stuff. And it looks like Berserker positioning his army really well. Army Core not being able to deal with this very quickly, actually managing to pick off one of those units there. But Redo coming in now, he's actually going to pick off all of these slingers if Berserker's not careful, and he just managed to pick off 3 right there. You can see how strong Redo's Thermo Micro is there. He actually managed to focus fire multiple slingers at once. Remember, about maybe 4 Therma pick off 1 slinger, like with 1 shot each, so 4 Therma shots. And we do see that Mr. again just trying to raid here. The Hero Catapult's going to be able to prevent that from happening there. We do see another raids coming in for Mr. with those Hippicon. And Army Corps is going to have to retreat now to deal with these. We do see him trying to run around and shoot off these centaurs. And we do see that Redo trying to finish off this this town center. Not going to get bothered because that is a hero citizen. Really nice job there by Redo sending that specific citizen to build the town center to prevent those centaur from really doing any sort of damage. I can't actually turn the audio up any further than it is, so I'm sorry, you might have to just listen to it on max. I did test it before and it seemed fine, so hopefully that's okay. Anyways, it looks like Army Corps is taking the lead in the score. He's got 2 town centers, so does Redo, so both players playing extremely similar. Berserker's got his 2nd town center up and looking for his 3rd. He's got this gold mine secured with those slingers, and Mister's also grabbing his 2nd town center. So all players looking to get that really economic heavy early game happening in Classical Age instead of opting for that really fast tech which you normally see from like Norse or in Egyptian war or something like that. So the economic stage of this game is taking place, and players are just running around trying to raid, trying to deal as much economic damage as they can. Unfortunately for Army Corps, he's probably not going to be able to pick off these units. If I was, yeah, there we go. If I was Mr. I would split up the centaur just to make sure that it doesn't get hit. Terma are extremely inaccurate. They don't do well with hitting centaurs at all. So him just gonna move them out in a separate fashion means that they won't die because the movement speed isn't slowed down at all. We do see again Army Corps coming in to try and pick off these villages. There's quite a few low HP villages, but as he moves in, he's actually overextended. I don't know if he could hit them from there. I don't know if that's too much range, but that would be a really nice spot. Still lagging. Alright, I'll try to turn it down even more, but the quality is really going to go if I do that. Okay, I'll try just a little bit more. Let me know how that goes. Actually, it might be my PC isn't lagging. It's just the internet. What if I do? What if I do this? Yeah. This is the joys of being an Australian. Yeah, internet is horrible because the government doesn't want to implement anything better. I'm just talking with Blackadder. It is on very fast, I believe. We just see some more raids going on. Berserker losing a bunch of villages here, and it's... Okay, Mister and Berserker both hitting the heroic age at the same time. And it's funny that they got to the same timings on their heroic ages. It looks like Army Corps also got into the heroic age. Is actually advancing to the mythic age right now. So he's doing this fast titan strategy with the army distraction technique. It's like the really old Cyclone XPT Cyclones strategy whereby you could build an army in the classical age of 145 supply and get a 15-minute titan out. It's actually ridiculous. Well, it's a 15-minute titan gate. It's much better? That's awesome. Great. I apologize for the shitty quality at the start of this video. I did test it, I swear, and it was good. But it seems the internet's having a bit of a moment. Does seem to do that. Anyways, really lucky pick off there for Mister, picking off a bunch of Ridu's military there. Is Ridu going to the Mythic Age? Oh, he's only just going to Thea. So he's a little bit late there because he's lost so many units. He just lost all of the units. That's a really big win for Team Mister and Berserker. So basically Berserker can move out now with Mister and put some really heavy pressure onto Army Corps because Army Corps is just teched up so heavy. The shockwave they're getting used for Army Corps to pick off some of those Manticore, they're actually going to get picked off if Mister's not careful. He does manage to save one of that with very low hit points, but the Catapult going to town on it, it's almost dead. Army Corps hitting the Mythic Age through Heckhead and using the Tartarian. No, he didn't use the Tartarian gate yet, but Ridu using his Hesperid's tree, maybe able to get some of those things out. What are they called? Dryads, that's it. And we do see that some pressure is getting put onto Berserker. Berserker chucking up another Migdol stronghold. Really needs to keep control of this Migdol, and Berserker actually chucking up his third monument. Some real heavy pressure getting put onto this location, trying to kill off this palace. And it doesn't look like Army's decided to yet go for the Titan Age, which is what he would normally do here because he's under such immense pressure. He needs to chuck out a bunch of units as best he can. Those Archers getting shorn to shreds by the Slingers. And Rido's putting on some really heavy pressure over here. He's getting out Destroyers, which are the siege unit for the heroic age for Atlantean. And it looks like the Zeus, Might, and Egyptian sort of presence is forcing Army Corps off here. Tartarian Gate getting spawned right into the face of Berserker, but of Mister. But Mister's got some villages over here, which he might choose to take that out. No, he's not going to. We do see our temple getting chucked up again back because in the back of Mister's base because his temple did get taken out by the Tartarian Gate. So this is going to be some really heavy pressure put on by Army Corps to relieve some of the pressure that's getting put on by himself. And this palace is just about to fall right about now. So we'll see exactly what's going on. Yeah, everything is off. I literally just have the chat open and AOM open. Looks like Army Corps' palace is gonna live another day, and this Tartarian Gate gonna get taken down potentially by the ancestors and some villager help. But the fact is that Army Corps was able to gather so much time from that Tartarian Gate that's managed to help him stay alive. This push now becoming a little bit too severe for Berserker to deal with. The Migdol needs to get repaired at the moment, needs to stop dying. But all of these heavy Momillo, they look so good in like that silver armor. I think personally, heavy upgrade to the coolest looking upgrade for this game, and it looks like Ridu really going to town on Berserker's base here. Berserker doesn't actually have a gold mine after this back gold mine, so he really needs to resecure this location. The Avenger coming out now, so Berserker's actually in the Mythic Age through Horus. I did miss that. Unfortunately, Mr. using Underworld Passage. Where's he using that? There it is. And the other one is somewhere else, which I don't know. There we go. So Mr. grabbing his third town center a little bit later than everyone else, but still going to be enough to sort of deal with stuff, and Berserker losing his third town center to the might of the Uranus army. Army Core actually has time now to go to the Titan Age if he has the resources to do so, so he might choose to do that. Berserker really pushing out this heavy Murmillo army. Really smart army composition by Redo to counter what Berserker's doing, because Berserker's got nothing but slingers, when at this point he should probably have transitioned from slingers into axemen and sort of chariots or something like that. Well, maybe not axemen, but he should definitely have some chariots out to deal with the heavy Murmillo, axemen to deal with the destroyers or something like that. We do see the army cores now pushing in here. He wants to relieve some of the pressure that Mister's putting onto Redo. Just trying to get the names right in my head before I say them, just to not make a fool of myself. But I'm good at doing that anyways, so Underworld Patch is getting picked off at the moment, so we'll see what's going on. The Underworld Passage is actually going down, and that Tartarian Gate's still alive at 50 HP. Remember, even after the Tartarian Gate dies, Mister still has to deal with the Tartarian spawn and stuff like that, and that's especially key. And we see the Mister's actually deciding to tap out there. GG, well played.